Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I was down here not too long ago making a video, and I promised that I would come back and kind of do a walkthrough at this old extracting house. It's been abandoned probably for 30 years. But it's kind of cool. I bring my bees up here in the spring to get a little flow off the mesquite trees and the Palo Verde trees and all the local stuff that blooms out here. I can't leave them too long up here though, because it gets too hot, and these shades aren't that great anymore, and there's just not enough water this far over. But you can see whoever had bees up here before, and I think it was a guy by the name of Kaler in the 90s. We had bought some equipment off of him, and probably somebody else before that. But they used to put their bees under the shade, even, you know, back then. And somebody had put them a shed in here, probably for storage. There's an old honey tin. That's kind of cool. This is just a bunch of old paper that's been in here for years. You gotta watch your head on that. It's an old bee box. There's lots of old just junk sitting out here. You gotta watch for rattlesnakes up here this time of year. It's kind of cooler this morning, so they're probably not out, but I don't want to take any chances. This looks like a storage room or some kind of entryway, and here again are a bunch of tin honey cans. That's how they used to pack honey years ago. Here's the living quarters. You know, they'd come down here and probably stay for a little while. And I'm afraid to know what's under there, but they had running water, they had a shower, a toilet. And there's a cement ramp over here. They probably had hand trucks and they'd wheel their honey in. And this was all screened in at one time. And they had a stove, or probably something to heat water, or have a heat source of some type. Looks like this was drywalled at one time on this side, but it's all screened here. Big door. Some of the roofing's filling off. It's electrical. Turn on something. Maybe the extractor was up here, I would imagine, and that way they gravity fed down below into a tank or something like that. Up top here, more storage. Let's see if we can climb up there real quick. These boards are only, you know, older than me. They're old and strong. There's an old chest. It's not holding strong. Pretty cool. Ooh, I don't want to walk right there. Alright, I'm gonna hop off of this thing. Alright, walk down the stairs. Bunch of old nails, more honey cans, pillow. And this, I imagine, was where you know, the tank was. Maybe it ran down somehow, or maybe this is just storage. You can see there, it's an old rock wall underneath. This was probably built on top of something that was older than it. And looks like an old pipe right here. These old honey houses are like old hives. One beekeeper would die off and another might move in. My great-grandpa used to keep bees out this way, and I never met him or knew where, but possibly my grandma used to tell me about an old screened-in honey house, so it's possible that this was one of those spots. Just walk outside here. Here's an old refrigerator and an old, looks like a galvanized tank. Let's hop over there. It's a pretty good sized tank. And there's kind of a loading dock here, so I imagine they'd back up and offload depending on, you know, who was keeping bees here at the time and how they were doing it. It's an old door around the north side of the building. See, they had holes for pipes. Maybe this pipe. No, not that pipe. It's a little too big. Maybe they had a stove sitting here or something. A hot water tank. There's the water source going in for the shower. Bunch of old piled up rocks. This is a creosote bush. That's an old window. It's like a roofed-in old shed right here. Let's keep walking out this way. It's all kind of fenced in, and it sits next to a wildlife refuge. Some old screens, debris, barrel tops, PVC piping. Like I said, I think this place was used probably by more than one beekeeper over the years. Looks like these bricks stacked up maybe for a outside stove. Oh, there is an outside stove, but looks like someone's been using it for a nest. Got a gate here. Maybe you could drive in from the west side. There's another old tank out there, so looks like at some point it was, you know, tossed down there. Mesquite's starting to bloom. Right here is pretty cool. This is the looks like the old well. So there was probably a, oh. Yeah, look at that. Let's see. When you come upon an old well, you always gotta drop a rock in it. Oh. Let's see. No water. Oh. Looks like more debris out this way. Creosote. This is a really old mesquite. There's a really young one starting to bloom. And looks like my help has arrived, so it's about time for me to get to work. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think history is an important thing, and remembering where you came from. So take the time to reflect, because that's important in any job, let alone beekeeping. The bees are starting to fly, and it's time to start making splits. So again, thank you for watching my video and coming to my channel. Please subscribe if you would. I enjoy making the videos, and I'll see you on the next one.